now that you're starting doing stand up through your early stages, like probably like let's say your first 2 years. What was kind of like your routine? Like you went to open mics and you got to like pay. When did you get your first paid gig? And like how did all that unravel? And then were you like constantly like bombing and then kind of tweaking your work as it went by, or it was like on and off, or was it just like you were successful, and then you finally found your voice and it kept going?
Oh, jeez, a lot of options there. I think I just was bombing. I bombed for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like one of the bigger guys in New Orleans, I think, and so I was like, I'm going to New York. I'm going to take over that town. Then I bombed here forever. I was flyering. I was that guy. I was barking on the sidewalk. But yeah, I did mics. I would do like 5 mics a night. It was the only way. Because, you know, you think about it, stand-up, you're only going on stage for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. How do you get good? Imagine playing the piano. Like, all right, I'm going to practice piano 3 minutes a night.
Yeah.
Now I got to wait till the next night. So I would just try to get on like 6, 7 times. And that's really what did it. Then eventually some guy goes, I'm running a show. Maybe you get on, and you got to kill on that show. And then you got to kill on the next show. Then they put you on another. So it's such a crazy ladder to climb. And if I knew how hard it would be back then, I probably would have never done it.
Yeah. So now, when you think about writing a joke, and I want to start actually still on your little bit on your earlier phases too, kind of like to like probably the 4th or 5th year of you doing comedy. How do you think about writing jokes at the time? Like when you initially started to what it is now. Like how did it kind of dramatically change over time?
Oh man, I mean, your hit rate goes way up. Like when I was a kid, I would write for like 50 jokes and one would work. And that was hell, because like notebooks full of shit, and be like, look at you must have hours. I'm like, nah, I got like 2 minutes at work.
Right.
And now you kind of start to know who you are and know what works, and just out of repetition of telling jokes to an audience, you're like, this will probably hit, and then it does.
Gotcha.
So now I'm probably like 1 out of 10. Still not great, but
I mean, still pretty high rate though, right? Like
it's high rate if you're
really
writing enough. Yeah,
exactly. And now the next question would be, obviously it changed over time. What about you as a performer and you finding your voice? How long did it take you to actually find your voice? And what was it like initially when you first went on and then kind of doing the first year, the second year? Because I hear sometimes it takes up to 3 to 4 years even just find your voice.
Totally. I mean, I don't even know if I have found it. I have no idea. People say, you got a voice, you got a thing. I'm like, do I? What is it? Tell it to me. It's the weirdest thing. You can't even see your own self. You live with you and you still can't see what's you. It's crazy. But yeah. It took me a long time, probably like 5 years before I started writing jokes that I was like, oh, this is very me.
Right.
You know, it took forever, but I think I'm there now. But I wish I knew more. I don't know. You just got to keep going, I think, and it'll hit you.
Gotcha. And now, do you watch videos of yourself performing constantly and just critiquing and like, all right, I could work on this little bit here? And is that like a routine, or do you perform and just see how the audience felt about you and then figure out which jokes actually hit more?
Well, I can't do video because I just hate looking at myself, so I'm all audio. But I don't really. I did 2 Conan sets. I haven't watched them. Right. I just can't do it. It's too weird. But
they're fantastic, FYI.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm dead serious. A lot of people go on Conan and I'm like, it was okay. Yours was really funny.
Oh, well, appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I've slaved over those sets. But like I'll do a set here tonight, and I'll just put my phone on the table and record it, and then listen to it later and go, what was that new idea I had? And then play with it and tweak it and try it again.
Now, when you're on TV and performing, like on Conan or Last Comic Standing, and I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit as well, how is this like, is there certain like guidelines you have to abide by on these shows, obviously?
Sure.
And how do you have like jokes that are prepared, or you prepare new jokes for these type of shows?
Well, you can't say Jews are all evil, obviously. You got to keep it TV friendly somewhat. Conan's a little looser than like a Fallon or whatever, but yeah, you send in a tape to the booker and you go, this is the material I want to do, and they go, we like the first joke, not the second joke, change the order, and then send us a new tape. So you're like, all right, so then you got to make a new tape, and you know how hard it is to make a goddamn tape.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's a whole process. Like, I got booked to do Conan in September. I didn't actually do it till July of the next year.
Gotcha.
So it takes so long. He has to give you notes and feedback. So it's a whole thing.